My power's turned on. I'll be strong. Fight some. Like a small boat on the ocean, sending big waves into motion. Like how a single word.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be another makeup tutorial, and this is a green cat eye, smoky eye type of look. I don't even know what I'm calling this look because it just, I don't know, sometimes I lay in bed and like I think of looks in my head and like I envision them, and I've had this in mind for quite some time, but I just have had other looks that I wanted to get out before this look. And so this is what I came up with today. I don't know, it's really pretty, but it's definitely different, and I know it's not for everyone. So if this look is not for you, just enjoy the tutorial, and I would still practice it and try it out. I just wanted to do something cat eye, and also with my Makeup Geek foiled eyeshadows, I used the shade Jester. I've had this shade for a very long time, Jester, and then Dirty Martini. I've had these shades for quite some time, but I just haven't really found a look that I liked when I made a tutorial using this foiled eyeshadow. So I decided to do that, and then I also did Magic Act in the inner corner just to kind of brighten it up and add a little bit more gold to the look and just make it a little bit more, I don't know, I kind of feel like I don't want to offend anyone, but I kind of feel like an African princess, you know, with my headscarf and everything like that. You guys know I've been on like a scarf kick. If you guys aren't following me on Snapchat, follow me on Snapchat at LionEasy. I have showed you guys a bunch of scarves that I want to do looks with and everything like that because it's, my grandma has it, so she doesn't wear them, so I'm just taking advantage of that and her jewelry and everything else while I'm still living with her. So this is what I came up with. It's super cute. I really like it. This eye definitely turned out a lot more clean than this eye, but you know, we're not perfect. I'm not perfect. We're not perfect. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what else you guys would like to see down below. I'm writing down all of your guys' suggestions on a notepad so I can start just checking them off when I film each of those looks. And I will see you guys soon. Mwah. Bye. You guys, so like always, I'm priming my lids, and I'm using my MAC Studio Finish Concealer in the shade NC45. As you guys know, this is my favorite way to prime my lids. So next, I'm going to go in with a Makeup Geek eyeshadow. Actually, I'm using all Makeup Geek shadows, and I'm taking the shade Frappe on a Sigma E35 blending brush. This is a softer transition shade, so I like to just put this into my crease as a kind of bridge shade between my transition and my crease. And then I'm going to go in with Cocoa Bear, which is a little bit darker and a little bit deeper. This is more of a reddish brown shade, and I'm applying this into my crease with a Coastal Scents, kind of like a E25 Sigma brush, but it's not that. Anyways, I'm putting that directly into my crease, just a tiny bit. And then I'm going to go in with this L'Oreal liquid or gel eyeliner in Black is Black, and I'm taking that on an angled Tarte liner brush, and I'm starting to map out my crease. So I take it exactly where the socket of my crease is, and I just draw a line, and then I extend it out and create kind of like a cat eye, and then I just start to fill that in and add that kind of gradient effect. Then I'm going to go in with Makeup Geek's Corrupt, and I'm going to take that on the pencil side of a Anastasia Beverly Hills kind of like pencil brush that comes with a big fluffy brush. I'm taking that on that side, and I'm packing that everywhere where I applied that black gel eyeliner, just so it sets it, and so that way it's not as kind of it's more so matte as opposed to shiny. So next I'm going to go in with, this is Dirty Martini. I'm sorry, my single shots are really dark. This is kind of like a olive green color. I'm taking that on a Sigma E55 eyeshadow brush, packing that out into the outer V, and then I'm going to go in with Jester on a MAC 242 eyeshadow brush, and I'm packing that all over to my lid. I'm bringing that all the way up to the black shade, and I'm also covering that a little bit more, so that way it's just, you know, going all the way up and reaching that crease shade as well. So after I do that, I'm going to go right back in with the E55 and Dirty Martini and start to blend Jester with Dirty Martini, so that way the shades kind of blend together and they're more seamless. And then I'm going to go back in with the black shade Corrupt and just blend martini with that shade. Next, I'm going in with my NYC black liquid eyeliner, and I'm just drawing a small little wing. The eyeshadow in general adds a wing to your eyelid, so I just drew a little bit just to define my lash line, and so my lashes had something to kind of hide with. And for lashes, I use my Cocoa lashes in the style Queen Bee. These are really long, really flirty, really wispy, so I just take those with my finger and just pop them right onto my lash band and make sure they're exactly where I want them to be. And then this is my little happy dance. You know, you gotta have a little happy dance when you get your lashes on just right, like for real. So next, I'm gonna go in and prime my skin, and I'm taking my Maybelline Master Prime. This is a blurring and illuminating primer, and I'm just applying this around the outer perimeter of my face, mainly on my forehead, my nose, and kind of like my cheek area. And then right underneath of where my eyes are, where my pores are the biggest, on the side of my nose, I'm applying my Benefit Professional face primer, and I'm pushing that into my skin. That way when I'm pushing it into my skin, it's seeping into the skin as opposed to swiping it and just swiping it across the pores. So for foundation, I use my Revlon Color Stay foundation in the shade Cappuccino, and I'm blending that out with my Beauty Blender. This shade is really close to my skin tone, but it just doesn't come out of the jar very well. It's a really thick concealer foundation, and I want to know if you guys have had that problem as well. Like, I have to use a brush to kind of scoop it out. I don't know, it might just be me. But for concealer, I'm using my LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Fawn, and I am highlighting underneath of my eyes, down the bridge of my nose. I hit my chin and my Cupid's bow just to bring all of those features forward a little bit more so they're more prominent. And then I go in and blend that all out with my Beauty Blender. Y'all already know, so I don't even have to talk y'all through this step. Now that I'm done blending out my concealer, I'm using my Sephora 8-Hour Mattifying Pressed Powder in the shade Medium, and I'm using that on a setting brush that I got from Walmart like 2 or 3 years ago. And I'm just setting all of the areas where I applied the concealer so that way it doesn't crease, and that way it's not very shiny and it's more so of a matte finish. Then I'm going to go in and contour with my Real Techniques contouring brush. I'm using, my Real Techniques contouring brush with my Nikki Garrett contouring palette. Y'all already know, I use this in every single video, and I'm just hitting the sides of my forehead, my cheekbones, also my jawline, just to slim that down a little bit more. And then I also go in with a Sigma E39 Buff and Blend eyeshadow brush or crease brush, and just go in and contour my nose as well, just to give it a more slimming effect, so that way my nose appears slimmer. So for blush, I'm going in with my NYX blush in the shade Mocha, and I'm just putting this on my cheeks just for a little flush of color. And I'm using a BH Cosmetics blush brush. And then to highlight today, I went in with my Inglot Sparkling Dust in the shade number 02. I did apply this first. This is a really chunky glitter because it's supposed to be more so for your like body and like, you know, like your eyeshadow and things like that. But I did go in with Gilded Honey later, y'all already know. So for eyeshadow, I went in, or for my inner corner highlight, I went in with Magic Act from Makeup Geek, and I used that on the end of another Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow brush, and I just put this into my inner corner just to brighten that up and to tie it in with my highlight and everything. Then for lips, I went in with Feria Cosmetics lipstick in the shade Truffle, which is really pink. So then I went my MAC Cork lip liner because I didn't think it was as pink as it was. I thought it was more nude. So I just went in and lined my lips so that way my lipstick wasn't super duper light. And then I went in with the Balm's Snap Read My Lips lip gloss. So I just put this on there just to make it a little bit more nude. And after that, that completes my look. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I loved how it turned out. It's just different all across the board. I love you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Mwah. Bye!